The FDA now adding 75 toxic hand sanitizers to its list of products to avoid because they may contain a toxic chemical. And joining us live now, Dr. Richard Chaffoo. Dr. Chaffoo, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good to see you.
One of the concerns that we have is all of us right now during this pandemic have hand sanitizers on hand. And for a long time, we couldn't actually buy a lot of them. But when we see them, we grab them and we use them. So all of the hand sanitizers on that list were apparently produced in Mexico or overseas, and they contain methanol. So can you explain to us exactly what that is and why is it so toxic?
Of course, Maria. So I think it's important to realize that that what we use in the United States is ethanol. Ethanol is a relatively safe product. It's ethyl alcohol, and it's something that dries our skin. Now, what's going on in Mexico and some other places around the world is they're substituting methanol for ethanol. And the problem with methanol is a highly toxic chemical, Maria. It's toxic not only getting absorbed into the skin, but you can have significant neurological symptoms and in severe cases, a coma and actually death. So it's not something that you want to have in a hand sanitizer, certainly for yourself and most importantly for your children.
And it's certainly something that we're using on our hands. So it's not just the absorption into our skin, is it? It's like possibly even ingesting it because, we use our hands for everything, right?
Yeah, small children might touch their face, it might get in the mouth. And the problem with it is, early symptoms of methanol toxicity can be sort of vague. There can be some nausea, vomiting, maybe some headache. But then obviously with continued use, blurred vision. And the serious side effects of this are that you can actually have permanent blindness. You could have severe neurologic damage that's permanent from seizure disorders to coma, and as we said earlier on, even death in extreme cases. So this is not a benign product. And in fact, the CDC has come out on their website and said, look, if you're looking for hand sanitizers that are safe, here are the ones to use, and these are the ones to avoid.
So it's probably best for people, like when they're purchasing it, obviously not all of the ingredients are always listed, obviously there's that, but go to recognized brands or at least buy it from places where the products are trusted, right? I mean,
exactly. Make sure it's made in the good old USA, number one, because we have the FDA that very carefully limits and protects the public from harmful chemicals. And then something simple to remember, I always remind my kids, you don't necessarily have to use a hand sanitizer. You can use warm water and soap. And if you're washing for about 20 seconds at a time, that's enough to deactivate, to remove the virus. So that's just something simple to keep in mind. Of course, there's no danger with something like that.
Yeah, go back to, washing your hands with soap and water, do it long enough,
like
sing happy birthday,
do,
right? Do it long enough to make sure your hands are clean, right?
Exactly.
All right. And if obviously people notice any symptoms or something like that or happen to ingest it, obviously head call 911.
See your physician immediately. Yeah, any of those symptoms for sure.
All right, Dr. Chaffoo, thank you so much. For a
Thanks,
list of the toxic hand sanitizers, visit our website, fox5sandiego.com. And again, thank you, Dr. Chaffoo.
Thanks, Maria.
Well, the nation